This your boy Mitch TV coming to you straight off the hip. I'm just giving you some news on the NBA trade deadline. Another Car Chronicles episode. It's getting even more crazy. First things first. I just want to just let you everybody know is breaking news. Anthony Davis has been traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Washington Wizards. And the and he's going to be pairing up with Trey Young. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. Anthony Davis and Trey Young paired up with each other. Even though the Wizards are almost maybe dead last in the East, next year they're going to be a top 5 team in the East. With if Anthony Davis is healthy, if he's had 80%, the Wizards will be a top 5 team because now Anthony Davis get to play with a point guard like Trey Young, and also Trey Young will have for the first time will have a decent big man. He'll have 2 decent big mans because Anthony Davis will be paired up with Alex Sarr. So Anthony Davis got traded also with D'Angelo Russell that came over with the trade with Anthony Davis. And this is going to be good. This is going to be good year for the Wizards. Maybe next year. Next year's going to be a good year, but it's getting crazy. Now let's talk about Giannis. Giannis is still waiting on to be traded, but now he's putting out these weird stipulations on the only thing the only thing that could keep him in Milwaukee if the Bucks do X, Y, and Z. And I, you know, and I'm here's how I feel about Giannis. Giannis, just go on, move on, Milwaukee. Just move on from Milwaukee, Giannis. Giannis, you've been there for 12, 13 years. You brought 1 title to the Bucks. And I'm just gonna say this. Giannis, your 1 title to the Bucks is forever gonna be remembered. You did something that very few players have done is stay with one team for more than 10 years and brought a championship to that franchise. So Giannis should be grateful for that. And I'm just gonna say this. Giannis, you should have knew after you won that title that the Bucks was gonna take their foot off the gas. You knew that. You should have known that. Like, and I always say this: 2023 should have been the year Giannis should have said, "All right, I'm out. I'm ready to move on." And Giannis would have moved on and got with another team, and he would have won more championships. He would have had a 3 year like run from 2023 to 2026 to win championships if he would have asked for a trade 3 years ago. So, like I said, it is what it is. You know, Giannis, he's still, and I think he's being wishy washy because, and I think what he's doing and his firing it's like backfiring on him where he cries wolf to the Bucks. He screams out he don't want to be here. He screamed he want to be traded. And then what happened? He tell the Bucks, "I'll stay if you get this player or this player." And he been doing it for the last 3, 4 years. And and now the Milwaukee Bucks are tired. They're tired. They're tired. They have traded all of their draft picks. The Bucks don't have a first round pick to maybe 2031, something like that. All their first round picks are gone. Now, here's the thing. They still have some type of first round picks. But remember, the Stepien rule is still in effect where teams can only trade consecutive picks for odd draft years. And then for even draft years, teams will have to wait till the night of the draft to trade that pick. And the Bucks have done that every year. They will trade the picks they have available, and then they'll wait till around the offseason of that next year to trade the picks. So they traded most of their first round picks all the way to 2030, 2031, which is crazy work. The Bucks have exhausted all of their resources. Now it's time for them to rebuild and get those resources back by trading Giannis. So it is what it is. The NBA trade deadline is getting so wild. Also, John Morant is still waiting to be traded, and news came out from Memphis saying that the Grizzlies are not helping John Morant. They're going to go for the best offer. Now, in Memphis terms, in Memphian terms, if you're from Memphis, a Memphis dude said, "I mind that shit fucked up, bruh. I don't know what you talking about, bruh. Hey, fool, tell that tell that slide nigga he better not trade job, fool. That's Memphis terms. That means don't do the shit, please. You fucking up the team. But anyway, it is what it is. Ja going to Miami is not a possible destination, and I think the Grizzlies is gonna trade Ja to a team that is horrible. Now, I can name some suitors for a job. Sacramento Kings, that's one team that could trade for Ja. They could trade Ja. They could trade Ja for Zach LaVine, and then the Grizzlies could turn around and flip Zach LaVine in the offseason. Or they could trade Ja to the Brooklyn Nets. You could give up the Brooklyn Nets could give up Cam Thompson and Kim Thomas or Michael Porter Jr., which that might not happen, but I could see them give up Cam Thompson and some draft picks for that. Or they could trade Ja to the Detroit Pistons. Imagine Ja pairing up with Cade Cunningham. People is forgetting Detroit has multiple first round picks and they got some young players, some pieces. Ooh, that sounds crazy. If Ja go to Detroit, that'd be crazy work. Ja with Kay Cunningham. If that would have ever happened, Detroit would go to the finals. They'll go to the finals. They'll go to the finals because Kay Cunningham, he could, he could he could play he could play 1, 2, and 3. Ja could play the 1 and the 2. They could switch and all of that. Ja might not be that good defensively, but he could try to play some type of defense. But it is what it is. Or let me see. Let's think of another destination. Or Ja could go. No, he ain't. I don't think the Jazz go trade for him. The Jazz just got Jared Jackson. So think about it. If Ja's not going nowhere, where he's not going nowhere this trade deadline if the Grizzlies can't find nothing for him. But also, even though the Grizzlies are saying that they're not going to help him out, they're the best deal that's offered. So don't be surprised Ja get traded to a horrible team that's at the bottom of their conference. And speaking of Ja, let me switch over to Miami. Now, Pat Riley just came out. Sources close to Pat Riley pretty much said, and this is on the internet, saying that he's not going to pursue a trade for Giannis because of the fact he don't want to give up a lot of his draft capital and all of his young players for Giannis. And I think Pat Riley also is pivoting from the Ja trade too, because Pat Riley wanted to bring Ja too. And it looked like it's unlikely that the Miami Heat is going to bring in Giannis or John Morant. and you notice Miami haven't made no type of moves in the trade deadline, so they're gonna stay quiet this trade deadline, and they might wait to the offseason to do something. Now, when it comes to Giannis, there is one team that is pushing to get Giannis, and that is the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors, they also talked to Draymond and saying they're preparing to trade him to Milwaukee if Milwaukee accepts the offer. Now, the Golden State Warriors already put a package together. It's supposed to be Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green, uh, the white kid from Milwaukee named Pakowski, him, and I think a couple first round picks and the second round pick for Giannis. And here's what I think on both sides of this trade. If Giannis go to the Warriors, so that will be now this gonna be the play. If Giannis get traded to the Warriors, Draymond goes to Milwaukee. You know Draymond can actually come back to go to state this offseason, right? Because there's already another rumor floated out that if Draymond gets traded this season, he's not going to resign with a team that he's getting traded to. And there's a possible reunion back to go to state. But if that happened, don't be surprised Adam Silver launch an investigation on that. Just keep your eyes on that. Because it's already coming out that if Draymond get traded to Milwaukee, he's going to ask for a buyout. Because he is on the last year of his deal. I think he is. So Draymond might ask for a buyout. And also, remember, Klay Thompson is on his last year of his deal too. So next year might be super scary for the league. Because if Golden State get Giannis, bring back Jimmy Butler, then Draymond and Klay come back on mid-level exception deals or vet minimums, now you got Draymond, Klay, Giannis, Jimmy Butler, and Steph. And then your starting five is pretty much going to be Steph at the one, Buddy Hield at the two, Klay at the three, Draymond at the four, Giannis at the five. No, I mean Jimmy at the two. Jimmy at the two, Klay at the three, Draymond at the four, Giannis at the five. Because I'm just gonna say this: if Giannis go to the Warriors, he's gonna play the five. And one thing I can say about Giannis, he's not scared of playing the five. Most of these power forwards in the league, except for maybe a few of them, are scared of playing the five. Look, Shaq ain't walking through that door no more, so you shouldn't be scared to play in the five. I remember back then, power forwards was scared to play the five back in the 90s and the mid 2000s, all the way through the mid 2000s, because Shaq was in the league. So anytime you was a four, you had to guard Shaq, even though Shaq was a center, you was petrified. But now since Shaq haven't been in the league for almost 20 years, so power forwards in today's game should not be scared to play in the five. So if Giannis do go to the Warriors, watch Giannis going to get switched to the five. But and also people forget Giannis can pass, he can dribble, he can rebound, he can create plays, he can create his own offense. So watch out. If the Warriors get Giannis, Warriors is winning another championship. And that's a guarantee. They're winning another championship. And yeah, so the trade deadline is getting crazier. Also, James Harden got traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, which all signs is pointing to LeBron going to Cleveland this coming up offseason. And here's the reason why. There's a report that came out since James Harden has been traded to Cleveland. Him and Donovan Mitchell are going to plan to have a sit down with LeBron to recruit him to come back home. But also on LeBron's side, there's always been rumblings that LeBron was going to go back to Cleveland. And here's the thing: LeBron been this rumor about LeBron going back to Cleveland been brewing for the last 3 years. It started back in 2023 when LeBron re-signed that new contract, where the Lakers almost didn't re-sign him, and there was a possibility that LeBron was going to come back to Cleveland. But the Lakers offered him that max contract, and he decided to just stay and re-sign with the Lakers. So LeBron going back to Cleveland next year, that's a 100% possibility. I guarantee LeBron is going back to Cleveland. The only team I can see LeBron goes to, if it's not Cleveland, is the New York Knicks. That's it. The New York Knicks might be the only other team LeBron will go to. But Cleveland with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, you see James Harden. See, if you put LeBron in there, LeBron could be the ultimate playmaker. And here's the thing: LeBron don't have to play 82 games. He could just play 65 games, sit out, do all of that, and then get ready for the playoffs, and then make that incredible run in the playoffs. Now, here's the thing: the only way LeBron's career is cut short, like I said this before, if he gets one of those catastrophic injuries, like if he blow his knee out, or if he tears Achilles, or if he broke his leg, something, then that's when LeBron's gonna hang it up. But while he's still healthy and he's still popping them PEDs, oops, did I say that? Sorry, did I say that? But as long as he's healthy and he's doing whatever he need to do, he will still be playing in the league. So it is what it is. So yeah, this trade deadline is getting even more crazier. So I we still waiting on John Morant to get traded. We still waiting on other players to get traded too. So keep your eye out. I think tomorrow's gonna get even more wild. But yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about the NBA trade deadline so far. This your boy Mitch TV. I'm out.